If you have lost your provider, or if you need a provider for diabetic supplies, you may qualify to
Check out educationprepcenters.com and set up a complimentary assessment with Dr. Gina. You'll be so glad you did. Education Prep Centers, college admissions made easy.
Out of deck carpet giving you the blues? Tired of your old dingy and broken tile? Let my friends at the Floor Store in Cleveland, Texas give your home the makeover it deserves. This is Old Taco Joe coming to you for the Floor Store. Whether it's carpet, tile, wood flooring, or real wood laminate, the Floor Store can cover all of your flooring needs. Located at 405 West Henderson Street in Cleveland, Texas, owner Brent Harris can help. Shower tile, tub surrounds, even backsplashes. Give them a call today at 817-641-9444. The Floor Store, they got you covered.
Let's be honest. Wheelchairs are heavy, bulky, and ugly. If you carry a wheelchair in your car to take care of a loved one, you know how hard it is getting that clunky, old-style wheelchair in and out of your car. Introducing the Feather Chair Wheelchair. At 13 pounds, it's the world's lightest wheelchair. It folds in seconds and fits neatly in your trunk, backseat, or closet, so you can take it everywhere. And it's only available right here. Order yours today and get a free wheelchair case, a $50 value. Chair. The world's lightest wheelchair is just $4.99 with easy payments as low as $16 a month. Sorry, no Medicare or insurance accepted. So call right now to order yours.
800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. 800-823-5826. That's 800-823-5826.
When you're hungry for tender brisket or some delicious homemade cobbler, then look no further than Leach Brothers Barbecue, located at 1106 East Henderson, Cleveland, Texas. Leach Brothers has been family owned and operated since 1950. Take it from me, Taco Joe Orwinski. Todd and his family have been filling my belly breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a long time. Heck, I even have my own booth, open Monday through Saturday, 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Come see them for dine-in, carry-out, and all your catering needs.
You're listening to Joco Community Radio.
It sounds like we're Nation. Thank you for tuning in today. I am the co-host for our one and only Jobfather, Foster Williams. Hey, Foster.
Live long and prosper.
We are so glad you're tuning in to join us today as we are focused on supporting our job network community.
Yeah.
Now, we have a important public announcement, and then we'll kick off with the prayer. So again, thank you for joining Jobfather, the Jobfather through the Joco Community Network. Excited to be here. We are Joe, which great news. And for some reason, I'm able to open up the announcement, so bear with me. But Joco Community Radio is proud to be the voice of Johnson County. And I wanted to share with everyone that you can tune in by going to the Joco Community Radio app, which is available either via the iOS Apple phone app in the Apple Store or your Android app. You can go into the Android store and download the Joco Community Radio app. Please do so. And we also want to invite Jobfather Nation to log on to LinkedIn, look up Joco Community Radio, and like Joco Community Radio to help us continue to network with our job help and job network community to get the word out there and provide support to those individuals that are in the job network, whether they're looking for work, looking to job transition. We are trying to support those quality individuals in that transition. This radio show is sponsored by and brought to you by Nona Reed. You can reach her at 844-TEX-HAIL. 844-TEX-HAIL. With that being said, let's join in a quick word of prayer as we kick off this week's episode of The Jobfather. Please bow your heads. Father God, we just thank you for the honor and privilege to be here to serve the community. Lord God, use us to bring wisdom, knowledge, and favor to these individuals. Give us direction on our discussions and help us to share really solid, healthy, pertinent information to support their efforts. In your name we pray, Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Awesome.
Amen.
Well, Foster, we've got an awesome lineup today. Share with us a little bit about what we have going on today.
You know, we do have an awesome lineup today. We've got Sonya Scott with us from New York. New York. Oh, my goodness. North Texas Lead. And guys, y'all need to know what North Texas Lead is. And we've got my buddy Jennifer Hancock up there, who you guys really want to hear. You companies want to hear us talk about what Jennifer is looking for. She is an available job seeker, and she is, well, I'm going to say it early, Dana. She has the gold stamp of approval from the Godfather Jobseeker Network of Shows. So let's see who's with us. Michael, hey, Mike Doherty. We got Jason Hopper, Cindy Copeland. Hey, I'll see you later on tonight. Oh my goodness. And and Rex is out there, of course, is with us. There's a number of people from Mary Leon's company that is tuning in with us too. Thank you. Hello, Lennox. And guys, I want to share with you guys just some kind of, I guess, what do you call it, housekeeping. We want to talk about some landings and a couple of jobs, and then I'm going to introduce you guys to Sonya. Okay, we got a big landing. Lisa Esparza is a CHRO. A lot of you guys said, what in the world, Foster, is a CHRO? It's a my brain today, Chief Human Resources Officer, and she is at AutoNation now. And congratulations, Lisa. We got Renee Wildman. She started a new position as a controller at Rail Pros. Guys, we got a lot of landing announcements this week. It is absolutely awesome. I'm going to give you a couple of more in respect for time. Deanna Ing is Senior Marketing Manager at LexisNexis. And that LexisNexis is up in Ohio. Congratulations, Deanna. All right. And let's do another one more. I like to put down many of the folks that have been active in our network. Jeanette Burnham is starting a new position as a reference librarian. Did you hear that? I think the Plano Public Library folks are with us as well over there that are listening. And Jeanette Burnham is at a reference librarian at Collin College. So you guys work with Collin College first, right hand in hand with Collin College. So if you, Kristen Linscott, if you would connect with Janetta Burnham, you may already know her, but congratulations, Janetta. You're a reference librarian at Collin College. Okay, guys, let's talk about a couple of jobs that are open as well right now. So, uh, I guess it's HR day or something. I don't know what's up. We have a chief human resources, a VP of human resources position, same title at that company. Uh, Available as well. So it's kind of a confidential thing. So connect with me, guys. Foster.Williams at sbcglobal.net. Foster.Williams at sbcglobal.net. Also part of the Fort Worth school system. We still are looking for an HR business partner. And also, I am the connection for that as well. Foster.Williams at sbcglobal.net. Guys, make sure and connect with me on LinkedIn if you have not already. I know we've got people all over the country that are listening. And hey, the Jobfather wants to connect with everybody that is either hiring or if you're in job transition, I want you to do that as well. There's another announcement I want to make, Rex. I'm going to talk about our transitionmasters.org. Guys, this is a collection of coaches all across the United States that on Mondays at 4:30 Central Standard Time, that will be 5:30 Eastern Time, we get together, guys, and we help job seekers with coaching advice. It is a tremendous value. I have just gotten in contact with those guys over the last month, and it carries a lot of value. And I like to, my job is to point you guys towards things that can help. Now, let me give you that
Yes.
site again, transitionmasters.org. Go there, place your resume in there, and then show up, and we'll talk about your job search, talk about how you may find what you're looking for from the coaches themselves on Mondays at 4:30 Central Standard Time, guys, 5:30 Eastern Time block. Okay? Now, I'm going to shut up and introduce you guys to Sonya Scott. Sonya Scott has been a friend of mine. She and her husband have been a friend of mine. You guys, y'all know that I'm all about what, Dana? I'm here. I'm getting close.
Relationships.
Thank you. We get close. We get to know you guys and help. Dana and I are called. This is a calling for Dana and I. God said,
Yeah.
get out there and help folks. Dana's got a job and she's still helping folks. So wow, Dana, we appreciate you. But guys, Sonya
I'm
Scott,
honored to do so.
absolutely. Sonya Scott, guys, is our main lady that we need to stay in contact with that represents North Texas Lead. And Sonya, you're going to tell us what that lead stands for. And I'm going to shut up and let you tell all about North Texas Lead. I'm not going to say New York anymore. North Texas Lead. Tell us a little bit about what's going on over there, Sonya. How does it all work? Why in the world should we?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, first of all, for you all having me on the show and the opportunity to speak about LEAD. We love helping job seekers, and so that's what we do.
Yeah.
LEAD stands for Leaders and Executives Advocating Diversity. And so that's how LEAD started. It started with leaders and executives in the community in Fort Worth that got together, and they specifically wanted to give leverage to minorities, women and minorities who were not at the time getting the same opportunities as other job seekers. So we wanted to give them a voice and give them some help and assistance in looking for open opportunities. And so, Foster, it's funny that you kept mentioning New York, because actually before it was North Texas Lead, we were called the North Texas Bold Initiative, and it was actually started in New York. So,
oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Yes. So it started with a group of executives in New York, and then we had executives here in Fort Worth to reach out to them to form that program here.
Yeah.
And so, and that was back in '99. So we've been around for
you guys
quite
been
a
around
while.
for a while. Yeah.
Yeah.
it makes sense with me being the creator of the network and many networks in and around to connect with you guys. And a lot of us CSN, a lot of us Career Search Network folks are part of North Texas Lead. And here is Sonya to tell us more.
Thank you. And I keep seeing Mez. Is that Meg Rose?
That's Meg Rose.
Yeah.
That's her.
Hi, Meg Rose.
She is one of us.
Yes, she's a Lead alum. She went through the program and did fantastic.
Oh,
our employers loved her. Yes. So I'm gonna jump right in and just give you guys some information about Lead and how we can help you in your job search. So I want to preface with this though. We are not a job search firm. So we don't operate like a job search firm would, but what we do is we help you to foster connections. As you all know, for job seekers, like Foster said, it's all about relationship. And
there you go. Thanks, Sonya. Yeah. You have to have the background.
You have to.
You have to have somebody emotional with that.
You want to.
It really is.
And so that's where we can help you. And we do that by hosting events throughout the months. We have monthly events and we have quarterly events to help you to make the necessary connections to hopefully land your next role. And so to start with North Texas Lead, what we would like for you to do is visit our website, complete our online application, and upload your resume. What that will do is it'll create a profile for you. And so that way, when we are gearing up for our events, we can let you know. Also, as we are being notified of jobs with our partner employers, we can let you know about those openings so you can go ahead and apply. So you can go ahead and start applying before you even attend any events. We just ask that you let us know.
Employers now.
I'm sorry?
How many partner employers? Because last time I checked, there was over 30.
Yeah, we have about 30 partner employers and we're still expanding. So we're still in talks with employers to partner with us. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So there's a diverse array of employers on our website. We have healthcare, engineering, City of Fort Worth is one of our partners, Encore, Texas Health Resources. And so, and there's a lot of jobs, with each of them. So Gina is our president and executive director. So I'm just going to use this for example. If you're a nurse, don't just limit yourself to applying to the healthcare organizations, because there are some organizations that are listed that have nursing positions that you might be surprised that have them.
Wow.
And so you'll want to just make sure that you keep an open mind, apply with all of our partners, and we're going to help you to make those connections. So all you have to do to be able to participate with Lead, after you complete that application, you do have to have a college degree, at least 3 years of experience in your specified industry or field. And then a required step is once you've completed that application, you're going to need to attend one of our candidate briefings. Really what that is an informational session. We want to give you an opportunity to learn about Lead, to meet our team, learn our process. And then our candidate briefings are always held at one of our partner employers' offices. And so that gives you as a job seeker an opportunity to hear from HR, to hear from HR leadership there, to get a feel for their organization, the culture there. They talk about jobs that they're hiring for, their interviewing processes, their hiring processes, and then we leave it open for you to ask them some questions. So there's your first point of connection to get to know them. I'm going to stop there to see if there's any questions, because I know I can get started and just go.
I've got a comment.
Yes.
Over my years of involvement with Lead, guys, here's something that I've seen. I have seen, because if you get a stamp of approval from the Lead program, you're real special, especially these companies that are taking part in the program themselves. And so here's what I've seen. I have seen some positions created simply because of the background of the people there. The position didn't even exist before. But
wow.
Let's
really?
oh yeah. Yeah.
That's
So
great.
we got a number one candidate with us today, Jennifer. So let's just say, because
Jennifer!
I was talking to
Yes.
Sonya yesterday about Jennifer. So
Yeah.
let's just say that someone in the program, one of the participating companies, and we got some big ones,
Yeah.
uh, see Jennifer's profile, and Jennifer is with Lead, and she has a stamp of approval. She's already got our stamp of approval, Dana, from the Jobfather Jobseeker Networking show, and they will probably, especially for what Jennifer does, they probably will want to create a position out of nowhere just to get Jennifer aboard. And
Mhm.
I have seen this in our years. It's been well over 10 years involvement with Lead, and the program is just exceptional, you guys. And that's why some of these big companies that you will see on the Lead website, that's why they participate. It's been a tremendous program.
Yes, absolutely. And you're right about that. Some of our employer partner representatives will see a candidate or hear about a candidate, and they will, in fact, say, we don't have anything right now, but I'm going to talk to some of the hiring managers to see what we can come up with. We don't want to lose that person. And so
Right,
as
right.
long as you're able to really showcase your skills during those events, you have a
Yeah.
strong, that creates opportunities for you. And so another part of our process is once you've attended that candidate briefing, we are evaluating your resume for our next step in the process, which is our panel interviews. And that's where it gets really good, because
Yeah.
that's where our employer partners really get to have the opportunity to hear about your skills, your experience, and what you can offer for them.
Right.
And so it's a very selective process, and the interviews are very thorough. So we do coach you on that and try to help you so that you can be prepared for those interviews. And we go over that in our candidate briefing, but you are interviewed by a panel of our employer partner
Right.
representatives. And
Yeah.
so it's not for specific. Do you have to break? I saw a 10-minute warning. Is it
No,
okay?
no,
No,
we're
no,
good.
no,
We'll
no.
I'll
Let's
make
keep
Okay,
it
going.
okay.
count.
We'll go
We're
to
good.
commercial in about 10
Okay.
minutes.
Sorry.
No, keep going, girl. I will make the announcement. We're good.
Okay.
Dana will
So,
cut us off.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll cut us off with no remorse. No, I'm just kidding.
So yeah, so
Sonia, I am so excited about this, and there's so much value in interview coaching. I think there's a general consensus that individuals that aren't in talent acquisition, tend to get nervous. They tend to misunderstand the
Yeah.
whole concept of the interview, over prepare for certain parts, and miss the connection, the cadence, the articulation that really can set them apart from other candidates and are very simple principles. I love the fact that the organization sits down and invests in these individuals and allows them to get real feedback that could truly support them and,
Uh-huh.
and open many additional doors. I am so excited to hear about the work that y'all are doing. So how long would you say is the process of interviewing and learning and getting that coaching?
So it's about a month, from the candidate
Wow.
briefing to the
Yeah.
panel interviews, because we hold our briefings at the beginning of the month.
Right.
Interviews are held at the end of the month. And the reason that we do that is because we want to, after the briefing, make sure that we're selecting, those great candidates to go through. And then we're giving those people who are selected some time to practice those questions and be prepared.
Love it.
Oh yeah, Jason Hopper says he thinks a lot of pressure is put on candidates during the interview, and that's true,
Yeah.
Jason. And when it's really just a conversation, guys,
It
when
is.
at all possible, turn your interview into a conversation.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
People hire
That's all I have
people
to
they
say
like,
about that. That's true.
that they're comfortable
Yeah.
with. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right,
Keep going,
wrong, or
Sonya.
indifferent. That is the truth. And so regardless, it's always good to make a connection. That is, I've seen through the years people that people that are all very close in qualifications. At the end of the day, I can always tell the candidate that's going to get the job, and it's usually the one that is easy to connect with, positive. They don't have a chip on their shoulder, and they show that they're a team player by they show they're a team
Many,
player
many
and
ways,
they're
yeah.
positive by the way
Yes.
they approach the interviews. It's all about connecting and making a relationship, which it sounds like, Sonya, that is a big part of the coaching process with the interview part in the organization. How could someone volunteer or get involved in the organization from the side of supporting other people that join? How would you recommend that, Sonya?
You can reach out to our team. You can email. It's easier to email our whole team. We're a small team, so that way, if I'm out, I won't miss it. So I can put it in the chat, but
that would be great.
Our group email is ntlgroup@northtexaslead.org.
Love it. Wow.
ntl.group
ntlgroup@northtexaslead.org.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is great.
And
Okay.
we're
Sonya,
always
if we
looking
go
for
to the-
volunteers.
Sonya, if we
Oh,
go
that's
to the
great.
if we go to the website, can we get in contact with you guys through information on the website?
Yes, absolutely. So on our website, you will find our group email address, our phone numbers, all of that, so that if you need to reach out to us or want to reach out to us, you can. You can also reach out to me directly on my LinkedIn page. And I'm more than happy to set up, a meeting with you so that we can connect and chat. I can learn more about what your interests are and let you know, how Lead can help you.
Sonya's last name is Scott, you guys. Sonya Scott.
Yes.
Man, I said that like I don't know how to
Sonya
spell
Scott.
Sonya
Amazing
Scott.
individual. We're honored to have her on the show
Thank you.
today.
I call her SS. I'm a muscle car guy, so I call her SS Dan.
I love it. Wait, what is that again, Foster? SS what?
SS. There are some cars, there were some
SS for
Camaros, there were
Sonya
some
Scott.
Chevelles
Okay.
that had the SS designation on them, and it stands for Super Sport, and
Yeah.
that is Sonya.
I love it.
I love it.
Super sport.
Super
Love
Sport.
it.
So, guys, I'm a strong proponent of North Texas Lead. I'm gonna tell you guys again, go and check out, Google it up,
Yeah,
North
Google it up.
Texas Lead. Now, Sonya, you guys that are in other states, this is not just about Texas. Tell us, Sonya, a little bit about how it is, how you guys your organization can help folks in other states.
Yes. So when you go onto our website, you're going to want to go to the partners tab. That partners tab is going to show you a list of our employer partners. And I call them tiles. They're like little tiles. If you click on the tile, it will take you directly to their career page. If you see an opening that is not in Texas, that is out of state, go ahead and apply for it. So apply on their website so that they have your information in your application. But then you're going to want to let us know that you've applied for that. What we're going to do is we are going to, we do have to review it to make sure that you meet those qualifications. But if you do, what we will do is we will reach out to our HR contact or our hiring manager here so that we can make sure that a referral or an endorsement from Lead gets to the appropriate person in the state that you are wanting to work in.
Oh, that's great.
That's
Wow.
tremendous. That program is tremendous, just like with the Career Search Network. We started right here in Dallas-Fort Worth as well. But what we do is needed in all the states throughout the union. Well, you know what? The same thing with North Texas Lead. And
That's right.
companies, I want you guys to connect with Sonya and the people at North Texas Lead, especially Gina Bivens. You will see her name as the creator founder. And guys, you want to become a part of this program. Believe me, you do.
Yeah. This is huge. I'm
It
excited
is
to
huge.
learn more about it. I'm so thankful Sonya's on the show today.
Uh-huh.
This is powerful information and knowledge.
Very.
And we talk about relationships all the time. Talk about building quality relationships with quality individuals. I mean, this is a great opportunity to, boost what your goals and align with other women that are like-minded. This is phenomenal. Whether you're
And we men
volunteering
get in there
or
too, guys.
seeking
Men,
help.
we're in there too.
Yeah.
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 This
absolutely.
is tremendous. Sonya, tell us your email address if you don't mind.
Sure. So my email address is scott, at northtexaslead.org.
Okay.
So-
Scott.
S. Scott. You guys get that SS part there? S. Scott.
Yeah, I know. I love it. I love it. Well, we are coming up on the half hour here, so we should start hearing some music shortly.
Yeah.
But we are excited for our listeners to check out this phenomenal organization. Sonya, in wrapping up, what would be your biggest advice, as you have been such an integral part of this organization? What would be your biggest pieces of advice for job seekers when it comes to interviewing?
My biggest advice is be confident. Know what your power skills are, because those interviewers they're not only looking for those technical skills, but they want to see how you interact with people. And so if you know that that's a trouble spot for you, before an interview, practice with someone. Record yourself doing the interview so that you can see what your body language is looking like, how engaging you can be.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, here we go to commercial.
Yeah, here we are. We'll see you on the second side.
I go to Cleveland, Texas. Just a couple blocks off the square, they got Loafing Dog. They got the Neely Dog, the Mary Sunshine Dog, the Casey Dog, and the Shirley Dog. Why, they even got the Pacer Dog, the Brooklyn Dog, and the Jim Dog. Can't forget the Shane Dog, or the Joy Dog, and the Monty Dog. I like that fool. The Nakia Dog and the Braxton Dog round things off. Why, they even got a kids menu too.
Loafing Dog, 208 East Chambers Street, Cleveland, Texas. Lunch, catering, or takeout, plus outdoor seating. Phone numbers 817-556-1040.
This is Wilford Brimley. And don't forget, Loafing Dog won't give you diabetes.
Hey, there's something you forgot to do. It sure is hot. Are you sweating like a dog? Wait, what? Dogs don't sweat. Oh no, you forgot to get your window tinted. Whether it's the kitchen window that sits in the sun for the hottest part of the day, or you just got new wheels, call Sharp Window Tinting in Burleson. 817-615-9379, or look them up on the web, sharpwindowtint.com.
Fast Track Student Loans can get your student loans out of default, stop any wage garnishments, stop collection calls, and stop seizure of your tax refund. Give yourself a break. Stop the stress and get your student loan payments down to as little as $25 a month based on what you can afford to pay. 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395, 800-709-4395.
Joco Community Radio. Listen live at tunein.com.
Woo-hoo! We are back for the second half of the Jobfather, coming at you from Joco Community Radio. We are excited to be here. If you missed the first half, we had an amazing time with Miss Sonya. A lot of great information.
Yeah.
NTL Group at northtexaslead.org. Check it out. Foster, we are honored to be back. We are excited for the second half. We thank our listeners for joining every week.
Yep.
And now I think we get to dive into
meet somebody new, yeah.
Our guest. So share a little bit about this. Our one and only Jobfather.
Okay, this is an attempt for the Jobfather to be funny. Did you guys notice the focus on our commercial break was dogs? Did y'all get all the different kinds of dogs?
I was laughing.
So where's Wrigley? Oh my goodness.
My buddy, he's
Wrigley
sleeping.
is
He's good.
Wrigley is Dana's dog, you guys. And also I want to throw my Baylor Bears signal up there because it's college football time. So I do Baylor Bears, I do UCLA Bruins. These are my schools. And then, of course, I do University of North Texas Mean Green.
Yeah.
And I did the Baylor Bears, didn't I? Yeah, good. Okay, those are my colleges. Go all three of them. I got a bunch of other ones. I got a bunch of other ones that I like too. So, guys, here's what we are. We are into the second segment of the show. It is called Job Seeker Spotlight. Now, we want to spotlight people that absolutely have the Job Seeker seal of approval on what it is that they do, and I will be more than glad to personally reference Jennifer Hancock to you guys. That is Jennifer Hancock up at the top right corner up there. Hey, Jennifer.
Hello.
And Jennifer has a wonderful experience, guys, in marketing and sales. And Jennifer, tell us a little bit about. I noticed you were 17 years, I think, at Red Bull back in the day, weren't you?
Very close. It's about 15. And
15.
then after my time concluded with them, they did ask me to come back and do some contract work for a few months. So maybe
that's a very good sign there.
Yes.
People don't have you if you're no good. People aren't going to have you back. Come on now.
It was hard to leave, but yes, I gave them 4 weeks notice. I gave them a lot of notice, and so I really valued my time there. It was a great company to work with.
You guys make sure and check out Jennifer Hancock on LinkedIn so that you can see the background of a little bit of what we're going to be talking about today. Jennifer, tell us what's the best application of the experience that you've had already? What are you looking for? What sounds good?
Well, I really I've done a lot of different areas of sales and marketing. I've done the business insights piece. I've done distribution, building markets, but my passion, I've done the actual sales piece and working with buyers. My passion lies in the sales strategy portion because it's very exciting to develop a sales strategy from start to finish, getting to know your client. And I've always met the targets. I was above target with the results. And just to see, there was a great personal satisfaction that came from getting to know my clients and getting to work with them and develop a program that exceeded their expectations. But not only that, but doing that for my company as well that I worked with. And so it was a win-win on both sides. And so I was surprised to find that sales was my passion because I was fairly shy in middle school and high school. I know my
I
friends
was too, Jennifer. Believe it or not. I know y'all don't believe that.
I don't believe it.
I don't either.
It's very true. I was voted the shyest in my junior year in high school. I'm in the yearbook, the shyest person.
What?
Yeah.
I'll show it to you.
I'm telling I think sales can be a very vulnerable position to be in because your results are visible to everybody. So if you're doing great, well, everybody sees you doing great. But if you're not, then they know as well. But I took those opportunities when I wasn't where I thought I should be and evaluated and made sure I just stepped it up a notch and always finished above target. That was always my goal, not to meet the expectations, but to exceed expectations.
Oh, Mez is a good question. I'll never ask you. Or maybe I did allude to that. I'm a Formula One fan. I'm a Formula One race fan. And Mez has said, Jennifer, did you ever work with the F1 team? Because you guys are a huge sponsor of F1.
They did. And they took a bit of a break. They were initially when I first started, because I started with Red Bull in 1999. So we were just launching the market. So if it's okay, I'm going to give a little bit of my background and then
go.
But first, to answer that question, no, I didn't get to work because I was with the F1 team directly. I was in the sales side of the company. We always called ourselves a marketing company, but I was on the sales and distribution side. So I was able to bring my buyers and my guests, but I wasn't planning those events. But I actually started, just to tell you a little bit about my background. Out of college, I was recruited by Frito-Lay for a management program. It was an executive program. You're on an executive track that as long as you complete each module successfully, you would just continue to progress. So, but in order to do that, what I really appreciated about this program coming out of college, it was humbling. I was supposed to run a sales team initially, first be a district sales leader. So I would be running a sales team of 15 individuals. But before we were allowed to step into that program, we had to run different sales routes. And so I was DOT certified, and I was driving this huge truck, and my parents were wondering, what did you go to college for, to drive this truck around for I was supposed to do it for a year. And the whole premise was that we're supposed to really understand what our sales teams were going through on the front line, and really understand what frontline sales management included.
Yeah.
Well, I finished that program early because I worked for HEB while I was in college. And so I had a really good understanding of the grocery retailer, and that just transcends into convenience and mass or what have you. And so I finished that program early and was able to start managing a team at a fairly young age. While I was about 2 years into the program and doing well, I was approached by a recruiter and they were hiring for this company called Red Bull. And we just didn't even know what that was at the time. If you can imagine that.
It was new, very new.
It was new.
Oh, yeah.
And I told him, I said, Red what? Red Bull? What is this? And he said, oh, yes, go to this store. You can go find this at HEB. And he told me where to find it so I could look for it, or you can go to Valero. So I went, and he called me back, and I said, I cannot find this product that you're talking about. And he was such a good salesperson. He said, and that's why we want to hire you, because we need to get distribution in the Texas market. And so it was a risk. He was great at really framing up the fact that I would now have beverage experience under my belt, along with snack. And I decided, and then he even told me, this was the kicker. He goes, and you know what, after 2 years, if this is not working out for you, he goes, I'll find you another position.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Well, yeah. So, but the thing is, I stayed there for for 13 years. And it was truly the ride of a lifetime. I opened up new markets and I did cold calling, and that was new to me because Frito-Lay was such an established brand. So to go to this, and people didn't know what it was, I was able to get, in my time as a sales manager, at over 2,000 distribution points. And then I asked, because this is the beauty of being a part of a company that's so young, I asked, okay, can I go into national accounts? And they said, well, you've done well here. Yes. If you're interested, you can try it. And that was a big risk for me because I had not done that before. And like I said, it's very vulnerable. People see how well you're doing and how well you're not doing. Yeah. And I ended up having close to, I want to say it was 43 customers, 43 chains that I was working with, from grocery, convenience to mass. And so I did that for a few years. And then I raised my hand again, and I said, I would like to learn more about the analytics piece, because with 43 accounts, I was running and gunning, and I loved it. You want to make everyone feel like they're heard, and had to prioritize, make sure I was spending my time appropriately with each account. They were all growing between 25 to 75%, so it's doing well. But I wanted to slow down and understand the business insights piece, because I felt like I could make even more impactful decks. So it was a lateral move to go into category management for me. But I think that move really just transformed everything, because I learned the analytics side, the shopper insights, and I had the presentation side. So I felt like this was a good
balance, wasn't it?
It's a great balance. And eventually I wrapped up my career there. I liked category management a lot, and I felt that I could still do sales in that piece because they partnered me with the top sales group in the company, and they loved to bring me into all their sales calls. And the reason is because I had this ability to, when you're communicating with C-level executives, sometimes as you're presenting these decks and these presentations, someone will go off into the weeds, so to speak. How are you getting those numbers? Where did you get back this up? And that's where I would come in, and I was the energy expert. Please don't, but that's literally what my card said on the back. I was an energy expert.
Oh, wow.
And I would walk them through that. But because I had this sales experience, I was able to bring them back to where we needed to be, because you always have an end goal for whatever meeting. And so having that experience with sales and business insights was just invaluable. And that led me to my next couple of career changes after that. People they asked me, I was asked to work with a conference for a few years. And so I did. And then right now I'm working with a few C-level executives, a SaaS company, and I'm doing content marketing for them. And he approached me and asked if I could work with him while I transition back into the job market. And so that's what I'm doing now.
That's awesome. Jennifer, I've been a recruiter for longer than I want to tell you guys. Y'all think, I look young. I'm young, y'all. But I got a few years experience. So when I met Jennifer and I wanted to hear, because of her personality and her display of her genuineness, I think that's my interpretation. Then I heard what she wanted to do, and I said, "Oh, that makes sense." And I looked at her background, and I said, "Oh, wow." So Jennifer doesn't know it. I'm not telling her, but I'm sharing her LinkedIn profile with quite a few friends of mine that I think, and
Thank you.
some sales recruiters, because Jennifer, you come off immediately, and I know I'm not the only person, but when you talk to Jennifer, you feel like you're getting someone you can trust.
Absolutely.
And that is the most important. Well, I'm a baby boomer, but anyway, but you know what? That value is what is most important to foster. We get sold, I run the biggest network we know anything about. I get all sorts of salespeople that call me, send me stuff on LinkedIn and don't even know me and all of this kind of stuff, and I am not going to do it if I do not have a relationship in a point where I can get some of the information that I need to get. And Jennifer, it seems like you are that person that will provide that genuine information. And that's my opinion. And you are, I said it earlier, you are an endorsed candidate from the Jobfather.
Yay, thank you.
Absolutely. Gold seal of approval.
So
It's an honor. It's an honor. Thank you, Foster.
Thank you. And I wanted Dana to meet you, but especially I was talking to Sonya about you. I'm glad you guys had a chance to meet each other. Dana is a recruiter as well. Dana works for a very powerful company, Galderma. And Dana's got a big network as well. But Dana has, say it, Dana.
Relationships.
Dana has those relationships because she is that kind of person as well. She has those kind of relationships. And when we meet and we bring people on the show, obviously we endorse these people that we bring on the show. But it's always good for Dana and I to have certain candidates on our radar.
Absolutely. You know what, Foster? Rex had a great question. What company was Red Bull's toughest competitor, and what was Red Bull's counter strategy to kind of beat that competitor? I'm going to guess Monster, but we'll see what
you're absolutely right. But Monster and Red Bull are very Red Bull is a very premium drink, and Monster is considered a little bit more value. And so one of the big tactics that we always use, because it was true to form, is that dollars versus unit sales. And so we had a higher dollar share, and that's what you take to the bank.
Yes, that's true.
And you guys did take it to the bank. You guys sponsor an entire Formula One racing team.
Oh my goodness!
There is a Red Bull sponsored car that is in the winner's circle. I believe Carlos Sainz, is the driver, one of the drivers. You guys got two of them, but I would love nothing more than to be a part of the Red Bull F1 team. That'd be cool.
Me too.
Even more than the Williams team. And y'all know why I would want to be a part of the Williams team.
I do stay in contact with them. It's been a few years since I've been with them, and that was just that consumer goods experience really was the bulk of my career. But I am open to sales, in other areas and other
you and I talked about SaaS.
I am. I feel like that once you have an understanding of what the framework is of a sales strategy, then whether it's a service, a product, you really just need to understand the process and what it means to get to understand the client, because new products are always coming out, new services. So, you always have to stay educated with whatever you are selling.
I think it's safe to say you have successfully transitioned into different areas and different roles within organizations supporting different products and areas. So, you would be a valuable asset to any organization that would want to bring you in, proving yourself over all these years to be successful in the endeavors that you choose to take on. And that is the consistency of that. And the willingness to take risks. That's another thing. That the willingness to take risks, and then the ability to be successful when taking those risks, I think is also another reason, that any organization would be blessed to have someone of your tenacity and tenure, experience, knowledge, and abilities.
You guys are hearing from a recruiter standpoint of what it's like. Those are some of the things that we absolutely look at, because we are middlemen and we are middle ladies. Dana and I will meet with Jennifer Hancock and say, hey, I like this Jennifer. I think for this position, I want to present Jennifer's candidacy for this position to my hiring manager. And then what we talk about is exactly what Dana just explained to you guys. That's what we share with the hiring managers, and we tell them, hey, I think you ought to talk to her and learn for yourself. And you know what, Mez, I gotta give you some ups, girl. Mez has got me pegged over there. She said Max Verstappen is my favorite driver right now, because his dad, Jos Verstappen, was my favorite driver back in the 90s. And now we got Max. And you're right, Mez. Max is a Red Bull. He's been winning races. I think Max won the last 4 races. And he is Red Bull sponsorship. All right.
Do we have a NASCAR or NHRA drivers for Red Bull?
I'm not aware of one at this time. I think they are circling back into F1. So they had briefly departed while I was there, because we initially started and went heavy into NASCAR for a while there. And then we were doing some different other types of events, like Flutog was a big deal. The flying machines, I don't know if you remember that, and it was pretty crazy. And then the air shows or what have you. So the F1 has emerged in these past, and I'm a little jealous. I was thinking, oh my goodness, I really wish that would have been, I would have loved to have taken buyers to that back in the day. But NASCAR, I don't think it doesn't seem like it from what I see. Doesn't seem like it's as much of a focus.
Okay.
I can speak for the NHRA. I think Alexis DeJoria used to drive a Red Bull sponsored, what we call flopper. Those are not the rails, but those are the funny cars. And there used to be a Red Bull sponsored flopper. There used to be a Red Bull sponsored. There still is a Red Bull sponsored pro mod, not pro stock. You guys can tell I've been involved in NHRA. It's a little bit more affordable for me than F1.
Yeah.
But guys, they are involved in drag racing. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I do not know about NASCAR. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about the NASCAR as much either. But I will say what was so exciting about that time there is, imagine going from cold calling to, and I always share this story because I couldn't believe it. I mean, I sold Red Bull for the trunk of my car. We didn't have our vans in or anything. And people wanted the product, and I felt like I was bootlegging Red Bull in my it's like, it's legitimate. I promise our vans are coming in soon. But then to see it transform over the years, and it's $1 billion category. I was called everything from the energy expert, the Red Bull girl, the energy girl. You just started getting all these energetic, taglines associated to. Or we used to have those sampling cars that went out a lot more. They still do it now, but
with the little Red Bull can on.
Is that your company car? Are you one of the? It was just fun to see it evolve. But to your point, Dana, it really did that grit, and I can't discount Frito-Lay because all that front line, all that work I learned at the field level really shaped who I am now, because there's just, once you do things like that, there's really nothing I feel like I can't walk into and I can't learn and be confident. Cold call on a Red Bull energy drink. Yeah, that's, once you go through those type of experiences, you develop a grit that I feel like is very useful.
Yeah.
I agreed. That is amazing.
You know,
now every time I
that's
see
where I
Red Bull,
found
I'm
out.
going to think of you, because knowing that you built the company to where it is.
I will forever have energy in my delivery.
There you go. Yes.
Love it.
Dana,
Yes.
Dana, I had my first Red Bull. I discovered Red Bull out at Ennis as I was out at some of the NHRA drag races out there.
Are you serious? Well, my dad. My dad used to be a professional drag racer, and so I would go with my dad. He raced for the NHRA Pro Stock, and I would go with him out to Ennis sometimes once he retired. You know, he had retired and been retired for a while. But interesting is, you know, I'm trying to think back of when I first tried Red Bull. What year did you say Red Bull came out again, or started becoming more common in, you know, commercials and supermarkets and all of that?
In Texas, well, it launched in the West Coast because beverage drinks usually start there and it kind of works. But it was 98, I want to say, they started bringing it over here. It's an Austrian company. So it was pretty big in Europe before it.
Yeah, it was real big in Europe.
Big in Europe before it got to Texas or the U.S.
I was a baby in '98. I was just getting
But
started.
in terms of volume, it was great. They just always knew North America would be just such a volume generator, just because of the numbers, right? Because how big we are.
Yeah.
And yes, it's pretty. People didn't recognize it. They thought it was an alcoholic drink. Sometimes
I did too. Yeah,
I did too.
Well, it kind of got associated vodka Red Bull. That's what everybody drank to stay away.
I know.
Yeah, what is it? Don't forget the Jaeger bombs.
Jeez.
Can you imagine Jägermeister mixed in with Red Bull? Oh no.
No, that is death in a bucket right there.
No, but the sugar-free Red Bull. When I was pregnant with my son, I asked my doctor, "Is it okay if I drink one my cup of coffee after you can have your 1 cup of coffee?" And she looked at the ingredients. She said it's fine. So I would have my 1 sugar-free a day, and I tell to this day that is why my son is so smart, because he got those vitamins and he got them.
Yeah, he got wings in the womb.
Yes. This is why he is who he is, and so
that's why he got wings in the womb.
Exactly. You know,
we got to get him
a
introduced
believer
to Max Verstappen.
You know you're a believer in your product when you're asking your doctor, "Can I drink this?"
Yeah, I mean that actually makes a lot of sense.
That's a good. That's a powerful point. Oh wow. Because I know how you ladies are when you have those babies, when you're nurturing those babies. I know exactly how you guys are.
Sure, my mom was on the starting line and the drag races, putting the water down, while my dad would do the burnout before racing.
Oh, your mom was a water lady?
That's why I'm the way I am. She inhaled horrible fumes from Pro Stock cars.
I love those fumes. Oh my God,
and the volume. I'm like, well, that's probably why I'm still deaf to this day. No, I'm just kidding.
I see a few questions coming up, and I thought I'd answer a couple of them.
Yeah, let's do
that. That'd be great.
Yes. So, if I could say you're asking which companies I'm interested in, I would love to say more industries that I'm interested in.
Right.
And consumer goods would always be one. But as I'm doing content marketing for this SaaS company, I find that's very interesting as well. Mm-hmm. But I'm really interested in business development, and that really can take me. That could be with pharmaceuticals, that could be with SaaS, that could be with consumer goods. That is, sales to me and business development go hand in hand. And so I know that may be general, but I'm very versatile at this point.
I'm excited about the software as a service application of your skills in that industry. And the number one thing that I think of when I met Jennifer and I've been talking with Jennifer is Me and Dana's favorite word.
Relationship.
There, yeah,
And
Dana
I
has
hear
to
the
say it.
music, Foster. I
And
think
when I
we're
hear the
about to
music,
wrap.
guys, thank you, Jennifer.
Oh, thank you.
Jennifer. Thank you,
It was so
Sonya.
nice to meet. Thank you for having me on the show, Foster and Dana. I really appreciate it. It was very nice to meet you, Sonya.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too, Jennifer.
Live long and prosper.
Thank you, Foster and Dana.
Bye, everyone.
You're doing too many drugs. Listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control, almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally